Villa Park, home of Aston Villa, home of the team that's currently unbeaten here in the 23-24 Premier League season. They currently sit fourth in the Premier League, but tonight they've got their biggest challenge yet, Manchester City. Manchester City are coming off the back of a treble-winning season, a historic season in which saw them lift the Champions League trophy for the first time. But tonight they've got a game against Aston Villa, in which will not be an easy one for no one, especially for a team as Manchester City. They're coming in without Rodri, without Grealish after they received a match suspension for too many yellow cards, without Doku with an injury, but they're coming in with a fully fit John Stones. A fully fit John Stones means a lot for Manchester City. They won the Champions League for the first time, and a lot of that was down to him. But Aston Villa coming in good form. Ollie Watkins, one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League. Doug Luiz scores nearly every home game. It's looking great. It's looking like a good game. It's looking like a game which will be won for the ages.
Well, to our international football correspondent Zach Miller now live at Wembley. Zach, looking ahead to the North Macedonia game, Rico Lewis is set to start for England tonight. It's going to be his debut. How far do you feel he can go in football?
Well, we know Pep Guardiola is one of the best managers of all time, and to trust an 18-year-old as much as he's trusted Rico Lewis clearly shows the side of a great player. He said the other day if he was a few inches taller, he would be classed as one of the best players in the Premier League. He's already got double the minutes Phil Foden had when he was his same age with Man City and Pep Guardiola. So again, it clearly shows how good Rico Lewis is. I think he's deserved the start for England. I think he's been one of City's sparks this season so far, and at such a young age, it's incredible for what he's doing for such a good team that's just come back off a treble-winning season, a historic season, and he played a massive part in that. They had a bit of a rough patch in January time, just before, but he sort of got them kicking again. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think they would have won the treble last season.
Well, definitely one for the future. I think you're right there. But thinking about the recent past and the Malta game, what do you think the present looks like for Southgate? Is he the man for the England job?
Yeah, so Southgate's received a lot of criticism from social media after the Malta game, despite the 2-0 win. It was the fact they only had 3 shots on target against a team that ranked 177th in the world. They believe Southgate should be playing a more expansive style of football, more expressive, more fluent and a bit more attacking, but they feel it's a bit dull, a bit boring and just not quite enjoyable to watch for the English. I think he should have this summer, have the European Championship, especially after reaching our first final and semi-finals as well for a long time. But I think he's doing the right thing, but I think after Euro 24 it should be time for him to call it quits.
So another young player, Cole Palmer's got his first call-up as well into this squad, but Raheem Sterling still not finding a way in despite great form. Do you think that's fair?
I don't know, but Raheem Sterling's had a great start to the season, and he's one of England's greatest ever players, one of Chelsea's best players at the minute, Manchester City legend. So he's absolutely, he's got all the characteristics of a great player and the experience. But I think bringing the youth such as Cole Palmer, obviously he left Manchester City this summer for more game time in a deal for around £45 million to Chelsea. He scored 4 goals, all being them from the penalty spot. But he's just despite the goals, he's had a great season, playing really well. And I think he'll be very good for the future. So I believe he deserves a start.
Zach Miller at Wembley, thank you.
Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Silent Sports News with me, Zach Miller. Time now for our regular live talk feature, and today I'm joined by David Wans. How are you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good, good. So I see you work with Southampton FC and the Saints Foundation.
Yes.
Can you tell me the basis of your work and what you do for it and how you got into it as well?
Cool. So I'm the coordinator of a project called Active Through Football. It's a relatively new project within the Saints Foundation, so it's been running for about 2 years. And the purpose of it is to try and increase activity levels within the SO14 postcoded area using football-themed activities.
Brilliant. And what made you get into it in the first place?
So for me, I guess I was studying at Southampton University, doing a sports course, and I wasn't really too sure which direction I kind of wanted to go into. And upon finishing my studies, I then moved into a role, thankfully through football. Football's always been a passion for me. And one of the coaches that I had growing up had started his own business, and he was looking for people to join. And I was like, okay, this sounds like a really good opportunity, a great place straight after getting my graduation from graduating university. And then I did that for a little while, and then the opportunity came up with doing something similar within the Saints Foundation. And the idea of working the foundation was something that I thought, being part of a football club and a foundation was something that would be really a positive thing and would ring quite true with my own values and what I'm about. And I found a kind of niche, I guess, working within like employability programs, and that got me onto the Saints Works program within the Saints Foundation. And then just being within the foundation, seeing the impact you can make on young people's lives,
Of course, yeah.
it was massive for me. So it's something that I kind of wanted to pursue, and it's something that I've done ever since. So
Yeah, because in my research, I found it does a lot for the community.
Yeah.
Do you get that sense of like pride when you do a session, and after session you see people and see their faces? Does it make you feel happy and proud of yourself of what you're doing?
No, for sure. And I think the whole purpose of the foundation is to help people that need that extra bit of support and help, and kind of help them thrive. And I think when you can see those individuals come your way and the impact that you can have, whether it's doing employability workshops or just coming along and having a sense of belonging and a place to be, and that can be a massive thing, and that can change people's lives. So that's definitely what I value.
Yeah. So do you? I'm assuming you enjoy it. Is there something? If there was one thing you could say to someone who's looking to get into it and to explain what your job is, what would you say to them?
I would say when I was studying, I think a lot of aspirations are you look at kind of the elite platform, like in terms of getting to like elite coaching and where it might be. But for me, just getting that sort of value from the community-based work and the impact that we can have on someone's life or community, on a community, is massive, and that is definitely something that I can take away from what I do, and that I definitely recommend to other people.
And did you expect to go into something like this after? So you got a degree in sport studies at Solent University. Did you expect to go into something like this, or was it something? Was this completely out of the blue?
It was. I almost found a bit of a niche with what I was kind of doing, coincidentally, I think. And I think from just going out there and just playing football, meeting people, building your contacts and networks, I think that established the opportunity for me to actually kind of try and do things. And then that kind of helped me then kind of like lean into opportunities as they kind of came about. So yeah, it was kind of organically, but at the same time, just having that awareness and just building those networks was a massive thing.
Oh, amazing. Well, Dave, I really appreciate you coming today. It's been a massive help. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Time for a short break now, and I'll be back with a look ahead to the midweek football fixtures in a couple of minutes. Thank you.